These are the 25 insane celebrity-inspired tattoos. Number 25, Britney Spears. This pop star will certainly had her ups and downs, but her lowest point was her highly publicized mental breakdown when she shaved her own head. This definitely isn't the kindest thing that a fan of a celebrity has ever put on them, and Britney has worked hard to try and make everyone forget about that moment, and this tattoo certainly isn't helping. Number 25, Miley Cyrus. It's hard to tell whether this tattoo is meant to honor the former Disney star or to be a parody, but it's hard to argue that the end result is genuinely hideous. It is safe to say that this is definitely always going to be a controversial piece for this person. Number 23, Hulk Hogan. A Hulk Hogan tattoo would be a bad idea even if it was just a regular picture of his face. This monstrosity is taking it to a much worse and a lot more unsettling level. Whoever designed this tattoo was either drunk or very mentally disturbed. Either one does not reflect well on whoever got the actual tattoo. Number 22, Bob Barker. This longtime game show host and lover of neutering and spaying has been immortalized in this tattoo. It's obviously not a good tattoo, but it is still a tattoo. It also includes Barker's famous line from The Price is Right. Number 21, Drake. This person obviously is a huge fan of Drake and that their love would last forever. This is certainly one way to proclaim to the entire world that your preferred taste in music is. It's not the smartest way obviously, but it is a way. Number 20, Michael Jackson. When Michael Jackson died in 2008, a lot of people chose to commemorate his life by inking their body. There's nothing inherently wrong with that. Tattoos have been used to commemorate death almost since their first invention. The outline of this tattoo looks like a really bad Photoshop though. The edge is so sharp on the end that it gives a squished look to the king of pop. Probably not the best way to honor your idol. Number 19, Gene Wilder. This tattoo is realistic enough to make it creepy as hell. Willy Wonka's eyes look like he is about to jump out of this guy's skin and eat your children. Eating children isn't really that far off from something that Willy Wonka would do, to be honest. So he is already nearly killed 5 of them. Number 18, Robert Pattinson. For an actor that has openly admitted to hating everything about a character he played, Robert Pattinson still gets a lot of fans that have tattoos inspired by that character. Twilight was an international hit for a lot of reasons, not the least of which was hot people, but this tattoo is automatically going to horrify anyone that stands behind her ever. Also, Edward is wearing what looks like a liquid eyeliner and he's rocking those cat eyes. Number 17, Judge Judy. This isn't exactly a bad tattoo, it's well done, and Judge Judy at least doesn't look like she eats the souls of lost fishermen like most of the portraits on this list. The idea behind this tattoo is weird, but this is hardly the only Judge Judy tattoo. We know that she is a cult icon for a lot of people, but let's stop this please. Number 16, Clay Aiken. Fans of Clay Aiken or Claymates are known to be a little fanatical, and this is just one example. Was this tattoo a bad idea? Maybe. It might be a little too late to rethink their life choices already though. Number 15, Ozzy Osbourne. This tattoo looks more than a little bit infected. Hopefully it's just brand new. It'd be a little ironic that a tattoo of Ozzy Osbourne gets infected. We're not implying that he has any type of disease, but the guy did some crazy stuff. A little hard to believe that he didn't at least get rabies from biting that bat. Number 14, Marilyn Monroe. Portrait tattoos are hard to do, which this list makes perfectly clear, but this shading is bad enough that it takes awfulness to a whole new level. The horrible shading makes Marilyn look like a real bad drag queen. We mean really bad. It looks like Steve Buscemi was trying his hand at it. Number 13, Bon Jovi. Tattoo artists should really be required to do some kind of English course before they go on the job. There is absolutely nothing that is right about this tattoo. The font looks like 5-year-old's handwriting, the quote probably doesn't need to be in quotations, and the grammar is just cringeworthy. Also, getting a tattoo inspired by that song probably doesn't say a lot about your taste in music. Number 12, Miley Cyrus 2.0. Are we even sure that this is Miley? It looks like a portrait of an alien that abducted that guy. This tattoo inspires so many questions, and the biggest problem with this isn't really the chicken limbs or the severe deformation of her torso. It's the underwear that looks like a diaper, and it looks physically painful. Why did anybody let this happen? Number 11, Freddie Mercury. Freddie Mercury is without a doubt one of the best singers of all time. It's impossible to find a Queen song that isn't enjoyable or catchy. This tattoo, on the other hand, is just plain bad. It isn't the best way even to commemorate the artist that tragically died, but it's also probably not the worst, so there's that, I suppose. Number 10, President Obama. The president is an icon for thousands of people all throughout the world, even he's not everyone's favorite person. The mouth on this tattoo is so bad that it makes it look like some kind of strange version of Jack Nicholson's character. Number 9, Britney Spears 2.0. Another tattoo of Britney that commemorates her lowest point. This one seems even more insensitive than the last. This picture is candid for when Britney attacked a car with an umbrella, and it has become infamous ever since it was first released. The tattoo is surprisingly well done though. Number 8, Golden Girls. The Golden Girls were an extremely popular show that ran from 1985 to 1992. It told the story of 4 old women living together and getting into mischievous adventures. The show had and still does have a large fan following, and the owner of this tattoo obviously is a major one. This is another tattoo that is reasonably well done, but still a major cringe-worthy subject. Betty White does deserve to live forever though. Number 7, Bob Marley? This tattoo is obviously supposed to be Bob Marley, but it definitely resembles Jimi Hendrix more than it resembles Marley. This might be the fault of the tattoo artist or the person getting that tattoo, but this tattoo is still embarrassing to everyone involved. It might be a good idea for everyone just to do a quick Google search before getting something so permanent done. Number 6, Hanson. Hanson was a pop boy band that was really big in the 90s. They were one of the few groups that could pull off a song that was entirely made up of gibberish. It's still hard to imagine that actually happened. The 90s were a very weird decade. Number 5, Gucci Mane. This dairy-laden tattoo was inspired by the famous rapper Gucci Mane. He got the tattoo in 2011, and he said that he was supposed to represent how he lives his life cool as ice. The tattoo on the rapper himself was a pretty questionable decision, but it didn't stop many of his fans from copying that tattoo. That seemed like something that might be deeply regretted in the future. Number 4, Abraham Lincoln. Abraham was one of the best presidents in American history. This android tattoo could have been awesome if they had chosen a different subject. It's hard to tell whether the owner of the tattoo loved or hated our ex-president, but either way, this is just all around weird. Number 3, Ronald McDonald. Ronald McDonald may be a fictitious fast food chain mascot, but he has definitely become an almost permanent fixture in American pop culture. Whoever got this tattoo should probably consider why they got this and then go to therapy for that exact reason. Sexualizing a horrifying clown mascot for one of the unhealthiest restaurants in the world has to be a sign of some kind of mental disturbance. Number 2, Amy Winehouse. In our next installment of Insensitive Celebrity Tattoos, we have Amy Winehouse. It's more than a little bit messed up, but they got an Amy Winehouse tattoo with a giant bottle of Jack's when the singer died from alcohol poisoning. One would hope they got this tattoo before her 2011 death, but it seems quite unlikely. And number 1 is Charlie Sheen. This tattoo is inspired by the famous thing that Charlie said when he was in the middle of his mental breakdown. The actor claimed to have tiger blood running through his veins, which is just about as crazy as it sounds, and technically there are a wealth of these crazy quotes, and the breakdown that actor had resulted in him becoming a permanent punchline.